War ethics virtue, aram, means a state in which our actions do not cause suffering to others. When war breaks out between two countries, loss of life and property becomes unavoidable. That is why kings who cared deeply for the welfare of their people did not desire war. However, at certain times, war with an enemy nation becomes unavoidable. In such situations, some righteous rulers who followed just governance observed high moral principles even during war. A fine example of this is found in the Sangam literary work Purananura. A Pandya king of the Sangam age, named Pandyan Palyagasalai Mudukadumi Perovasuthi, ruled his country excellently and protected his people with affection. At one time, a situation arose where he had to wage war against an enemy country. He marched with his army toward the enemy land and stood ready for battle at the border. From there, he could see a small village in the enemy territory. The enemy soldiers there were also preparing for war. Along with them, the people of that country and their cattle were visible to the king. Certain thoughts arose in the king's mind. During war, soldiers from both sides would fight, and it was unavoidable that those warriors might suffer injuries or pain. But innocent civilians and cattle who had no connection to the war should not be harmed. Thinking this way, the king immediately announced a message to the people living in the region where the battle was likely to occur. He warned them, "Our soldiers are about to shoot their sharp arrows toward your land. Therefore, women, children, the elderly, wise scholars who guide people with advice, young couples who have not yet been blessed with a male child to perform final rites for their parents, the sick, and all others should take your cows and other cattle and move to safe places." Only after the common people and cattle had safely moved away did the war begin. Though war brings destruction, the greatest virtue in warfare is to ensure that no harm or suffering comes to ordinary people, cattle that are beneficial to society, or other living beings during the battle.